Welcome to Crime Insight, where the truth often hides in plain sight. Today's story takes us deep into the dark waters of the Caribbean Sea, aboard a luxury cruise ship that promised paradise but delivered a tragedy. This is the shocking mystery of a death that left police, the FBI, and even international law tangled in confusion. And I urge you to stay till the end, because the truth about what really happened that night might just shock you. It was supposed to be the perfect getaway. In July 2019, 27-year-old Samantha Reed and her fiancé, Daniel Morgan, boarded the Star Majesty, a 5-star cruise ship leaving Miami for a 7-day voyage through the Caribbean. Imagine it. Beautiful weather, expensive cocktails, and stunning sunsets over turquoise waters. Everything seemed absolutely perfect until the fourth night. At around 2:45 a.m., passengers reported hearing a loud scream near the top deck, followed by a splash. Moments later, security cameras caught a blurry image, someone falling from Deck 9 into dark, unforgiving sea below. When staff checked the cabins, Samantha was missing. Her fiancé Daniel claimed she had gone to get some fresh air after an argument and simply never came back. Crew members launched an emergency search. But here is a crucial detail. The ship kept sailing for nearly 2 more hours before officially stopping. By the time the Coast Guard arrived, Samantha was gone, swallowed by the vast, empty ocean. But this is where things get truly bizarre, because what happened next wasn't just a tragedy. It became a legal nightmare. You see, cruise ships operate under something called maritime law, not the local law of the country they just left. The Star Majesty was registered in the Bahamas, not the United States. That meant the Bahamian authorities technically had jurisdiction. Even though the ship had departed from Miami, and most of the passengers were American citizens. So, when the ship finally docked back in Florida, U.S. investigators had their hands tied. The FBI could only assist, not lead the investigation. By the time Bahamian officers arrived, vital evidence had already been tampered with. There were gaps in the security footage. Statements from the crew were conflicting, and Samantha's personal belongings, including her phone, had mysteriously disappeared. Investigators were left with 3 main theories. Theory 1. Samantha accidentally fell while leaning over the railing during her argument with Daniel. Theory 2. Daniel pushed her, possibly during that same heated fight. In fact, some witnesses claimed they heard shouting just minutes before she vanished. And Theory 3. A third person may have been involved, possibly a crew member. Some passengers even said they saw Samantha earlier that night talking to a man in uniform who was definitely not her fiancé, but without clear surveillance footage or any physical evidence. Proving anything was nearly impossible. The cruise line's lawyers cited privacy laws and international protocols to withhold more video footage. Samantha's devastated parents demanded justice. They contacted U.S. senators, the FBI, and even international media, desperate for answers. But here's the infuriating catch. Under international maritime law, crimes committed on the high seas fall under the jurisdiction of the ship's registered country. So technically, this was a Bahamian case, and the Bahamian police, already overwhelmed with other cases, closed the investigation after just 3 months, citing insufficient evidence. Daniel Morgan, the fiancé, returned home to California and refused any further interviews. To this day, he has never been charged with any crime. Every year, dozens of mysterious deaths and disappearances happened on cruise ships around the world, yet very few are ever solved. Why? Why? Because of these complex laws, a lack of international cooperation, and the immense corporate power protecting these billion-dollar cruise companies. Samantha's case is one of many that shows how justice can simply sink in international waters. Her parents still believe she was murdered, and that someone on board knows the truth. Maybe the ocean doesn't always hide the secrets. Maybe it's the people who do. Thank you for watching Crime Insight. If you believe Samantha's death was no accident, let us know your theory in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more real-life mystery stories from around the world. Until next time, stay safe and stay curious.